welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 to the end, right? We're learning Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Last week we covered tribute summons, normal summons, spells and traps, and monster effects. Today we're going to move on to a little bit something more advanced, and that's special summons. We're going to be using another one of Joey Wheeler's decks. This one's one of his main ones. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Ooh. Look how cool that card looks. Look how cool that card looks. Nice, right? So, Red Eyes Black Dragon is a deck that revolves around this vanilla card. If a card hasn't got an effect, it's called a vanilla card. I don't really know why. I've always assumed the origin is like to do with the color, or to do with the fact that like it's like a plain card, maybe. But vanilla's a great flavor, and I won't let anyone take that away from me. So, how does this deck work? This deck works by getting out Red Eyes Black Dragon and using him to make two plays. The first one is special summoning Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. Now, what is a special summon? Let's break this down Barney style, shall we? A special summon is any summon that appears on the field that's not your normal summon. Alright, that sounds confusing. If you were to summon from your hand, graveyard, deck, or banish pile, most of the time it's going to be a special summon. So you get one normal summon per turn if we go back to our normal things. So for instance, this Assault Wyvern right here, because it is 4 levels or lower, I can normal summon this card from the hand. But that's it, I can only normal summon once. So the way to get around this and to get more monsters on the board is with special summoning. Let's go into some types of special summoning, shall we? So, this Assault Wyvern right here, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can tribute this card, special summon one dragon monster from your hand or graveyard except this card. So this special summon is obviously from the hand or graveyard, and its requirement is the destruction of a card from battle with this card, and to tribute this card. So it's quite a hefty cost, but it does get you a Red Eyes Black Dragon, or a Red Eyes Baby Dragon, or any of these cards for free. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon is another special summon monster, which is special summoned by tributing one Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's extremely specific, obviously. You can't play this card. Like this card, you can play this in a lot of dragon decks. You cannot play this card in any other deck, really. It needs to have a Red Eyes Black Dragon in it. And the special summon from the hand is very useful. We're going to move on, because I feel like he's quite easy to grasp. Special summon from the hand by tributing a Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's quite nice. Let's move on to Red Eyes Wyvern. He's a bit more tricky. Once per turn, during your end phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. You cannot normal summon or set during the turn you activate this card. Now, there's a lot of words there, so let's break it down. It's once per turn, during your end phase. So, this text at the bottom doesn't really apply, because you can't normal summon or set during the turn that you activate this. So, it's just special summons. You can banish this card from the graveyard, so it has to be in the graveyard. And then you can target a Red Eyes monster from your graveyard, so again it has to be in the graveyard, special summon it. So a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in this one, but it basically just means it can grab a Red Eyes from the graveyard on your end phase, as long as it's in there, which is great. This text is extremely long. But essentially, if a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster you control is destroyed by battle, or your opponent's card effect, send this card to the graveyard. While this card's in your hand, you can special summon this card in your hand, in defense position. And if you do, special summon this card in defense position. Very reductive wording, but that's fine. Special as many of those destroyed monsters as possible. So, Red Eyes Retro Dragon, the way he's used is very, very weirdly written. You'd have a Red Eyes Black Dragon on field. The Red Eyes Black Dragon's gone. It's been taken out by a card effect, or it's been destroyed. You'd play Red Eyes Retro Dragon from your hand in defense position, and it will bring back your Red Eyes Black Dragon. Really good. We're going to go to Guardian Freelig. And he's fairly useless, actually. His main reason is to summon this guy, which we'll get to. But his effect can be useful in some situations. If it's a normal or special summon, you can equip a level 7 or 8 dragon monster from your hand or graveyard to this card, and this card gains attack and defense equal to that monster's attack and defense. You can tribute one monster and this card, target a level 7 or 8 in your graveyard to summon it. So you'd play him, he's a level 4, so you can normal summon him. You'd then equip a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Then you can tribute him and another card to summon a Red Eyes Black Dragon. He's useful in certain situations. I wouldn't say he's amazing. But, you know, I made this deck in 2016, I want to say. And back then you just made do. You know, you made do. We're going to move on to 2 new summoning mechanics that we haven't introduced yet. Special summons are kind of it's just a normal summon, but a little bit twisted, a little bit special. It's a normal summon that you can play from anywhere. Its costs are different. This one's tributing. This one, a card has to be destroyed. This one, you have to send him to the graveyard. You know, the costs are different, but it's still a summon. We're going to move on to Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. Now, Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning is a Gemini monster. And just like Geminis in real life, they're confusing and strange. A Gemini monster is treated, you'll see it right here. This card is treated as a normal monster will face up on the field or in the graveyard. Or this card is a normal monster or on your field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster. So to play Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning, you can either special summon it through any of the myriad of cards that we have here, because it's a Red Eyes card, so a lot of these cards can summon him. Or you can normal summon him with a tribute, and then on your next turn, normal summon him again to gain his effects. Gemini monsters are considered extremely bad, and they are extremely bad because they require 2 normal summons. And a normal summon is extremely valuable because you only get 1 of those, and it needs to be able to set up future plays. So he's in this deck because I can run him in this deck. I'll show you why as we go through the rest of the cards. But I would advise staying away from Gemini monsters. They do not do anything. Right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's move on to the new summoning method, and that is summoning from the extra deck. Cards in the extra deck have to be special summoned. No other way around it. You can't normal summon a card from the extra deck. These cards right here, these purple cards, are called fusion monsters. And the way a fusion monster is summoned is with a spell card, for instance, it's Red Eyes Fusion, or with these weapon cards, Claw of Hermos. So, let's go into Red Eyes Fusion. This is a normal fusion. A normal fusion will, like this Red Eyes Slash Dragon, it will give you its requirements. So it's 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon plus a warrior monster. So that'd be 1 of him and 1 of him. And you'd need a card to summon it, a fusion card. And the most common one is Polymerization. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extract using monsters from your hand and field as fusion material. Sorry, I read that a bit too quick. But some decks, like Red Eyes, have their own special fusion card. This fusion card allows me to special summon a monster from my extract by using monsters from my hand, deck, or field as fusion materials. So the inclusion of the deck is obviously important here. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon, which means it gets all the other special effects. And this one says I cannot normal or special summon other monsters the turn I activate this card. So there is a drawback to it, but it's very good. It's a very good card to draw first, because it means you get to summon Red Eyes Slash Dragon for free, essentially, off your first turn. Fantastic. And it sends a Red Eyes to the graveyard. It sends Guardian or Freeland into the graveyard. Fantastic. Let's move on to the other fusion card. Now, these fusion cards are special. This is from the Legendary Dragon deck. So, for this one, you do not need 2 materials, and you'll see here, must be special summoned with Claw of Hermos using a Dragon-type monster. So, it's only 1 monster and this Claw of Hermos card, right? Send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard of the type that is listed on the fusion material that can only be special summoned with Claw of Hermos. Right? Super easy. So, essentially, I use Claw of Hermos. There's a few cards I can summon in this deck. If it's a dragon monster, it's Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, which has its own special effect, which hopefully we'll see later. If it's a warrior monster, it's Rocket Hermos Cannon, sorry. And if it's a warrior monster again, it could be Goddess Bow. This is a very unique summoning method. It's not very normal for a lot of fusion decks. Most fusion decks work like Red Eyes Slash Dragon, in that it's got 2 materials, a fusion card, and boom, Bob's your uncle, you've got it. Another example of this that's not Red Eyes Slash Dragon would be Elemental Hero Grand Neos, which requires Elemental Hero Neos and a Neospecial Grand Mole, and then just a polymerization card. So, super simple. We're going to move on to the final card. That's a new type of card that we've never seen before, and that's an equip spell. So, an equip spell, and I'll do a little graphic on board right now. If you have a monster on field, you would play your equip spell from your hand, target your own monster, and it will stay on field. This card stays equipped to your monster the entire time. Super simple, super easy. We're going to take off this skill. Actually, we're going to take it off, because that's going to change the way the game works, and we don't want that. We want this to be a pure, vanilla, easy game. We're going to go into a little match right now. We're just going to... yeah, we're gonna go against a random unnamed duelist here. Just so we can get a vibe and get a grips of what using a fusion spell and summoning a fusion monster is and can be. It's super simple. A lot of my favorite decks, like Heroes, Gem Knights, they're fusion decks. I've got a friend, his name is JKRLX. Put him in the description, God bless. He's also a big fan of fusion decks. Okay, so what we're going to do... This has to be card in the field. Hand or field, great. So I'm going to summon Red Eyes Retro Dragon. That's going to be our first turn. Is it the best thing to do with him? No. No, he does have effect. Also summon a Red Eyes monster during your main phase and just control summon. Not important. We haven't got a Red Eyes monster that can be summoned that way, so we're not going to activate it. What we are going to activate is Power of the Guardian. We're going to equip it. Notice how it stays on field. Man, I did that whole graphic for no reason. It's literally the first thing we did. So Power of the Guardian, it's a defensive spell more than anything. If an attack is declared involving an equipped monster, I can place a counter on this card. It gains 500 attack for each spell counter on it. If the equipped monster be destroyed, I can remove the spell counter. So he didn't attack, which is great for us. It doesn't look like he's going to attack either, which is a shame. If we add 500, then we'll be of equal attack. Is that worth it? No. I think we're going to fusion summon right now using Claw of Hermos. So I'm going to activate Claw of Hermos. I'm going to choose the Black Dragon Sword. I'm going to get rid of Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. Which, fun fact for people at home, Red Eyes Darkness Dragon was my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it holds a very special place in my heart. I still have the card. It is beat up. It is unrecognizable. But, you know, it just shows I loved it so very, very much. There we go, a little bit of attack. This just shows how strong fusion cards are. I fusion summoned one monster, equipped it to this one. The way Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword works is, if this card is special summoned, target one of a face-up monster in the field, equip this card to it, it gains 1000 attack, and 500 attack and defense for each dragon monster in the field and graveyard. So it gains 1000 plus another 500 from my Red Eyes Darkness Dragon being in the graveyard, which is very nice. Yeah, this is a very strong board for Duel Links specifically. I have a card that stops my boy from being destroyed. He's got over 4000 attack. It's great. My only issue is that I cannot attack. I cannot attack him directly because I do not have any monsters. And this is purely because of my poor draws. It's not because of anything else. I usually should have monsters out by now, but I've just got nothing. Red Eyes, okay, Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's nice. Not going to help us yet. But that's fine. We're just going to keep powering through. Let's keep talking about this combo that I've made. So I made this combo in 2016. And the whole point was I get out Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, or I get out Slash Dragon. Sorry, here's another one. Right here. Oh, let's grab that. I get out Slash Dragon. There he is. And I equip this card to it in order to give it attack and defense, and I equip this card to it in order to also give it attack and defense and protection. It's very singular. The combo doesn't always work. There's many ways, many ways that it can fail, and many ways it has failed for me in the past. For instance, right now I can't use that card or this card, but that's fine because I will not add an equip spell to it. So let's talk about the way that Red Eyes Slash Dragon works. Boop, there we go. End turn. I'm going to read. When a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, you can target a warrior monster in your graveyard. Equip to this card. As an equipped spell, this card gains 200 attack. When a card or effect is activated that targets a card you control, you can send one equip card you control to the graveyard and negate the activation, and if you destroy it. So having Magna Slash Dragon with a bunch of equips is fantastic. It means you've got an easy negate that destroys. He gets protection from Power of the Guardians. He gets attack from Red Eyes Black Sword. It's an overall win. It's just a huge win. We're going to attack and just win for game. Yeah, screw it. Why not? Let's equip this little guy. Let's equip this little guy just for fun. Boom. So that was a fairly quick duel, I'd like to say. I feel like, this lesson's been about 17 minutes long. But, let's go for one more. Let's go for one more try and see if we can really understand special summons and fusions. Super quick, super simple, super easy. I keep saying that, and I swear I mean it. I swear I mean it. It is super quick, it is super simple, it is super easy. Fusion summons, I think, are the most accessible forms of summoning in this game. And what I mean by that is, a fusion summon I think is really easy to understand because it's two things combining into one. Which, for some reason, for me, I just really, I understand what it's talking about. There's another fusion of Ojama Knight. Special summons can be a little bit more tricky, but once you realize that it follows an order, the same as Rush Duels, if you listened last week, it is requirement, action, summon. So, for instance, the requirement on this one is tribute this card, destroy monster by battle. That's the requirement. The action would be the act of tribute summoning, and then the special summon would happen after you've activated the effects. Super simple, super simple. We're going to activate Red Insight. We're going to send Red Eyes Black Dragon to the graveyard to add the fusion spell. What a great card. We're going to normal summon. No, we're going to set Red Eyes Wyvern and then activate Red Eyes Fusion. Just summon Red Eyes Slash Dragon. I'm going to use this Red Eyes Black Dragon and Freeling to special summon him from the extra deck. Now, this is going to be confusing. What I'm about to say is about to be extremely confusing. He doesn't have to go where he's gone. I can play him wherever I want. Duel Links specifically makes it so you have to place your cards where it wants you to. You can't just play cards wherever you want. I think that's super annoying personally. Because let me play the card I want to play. In the place I want to play it. Because right now this would put me out of other situations that I could do. But it's not important at the end of the day. We're just here to have fun. And this I still think is the most easy and accessible way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, maybe acceptable as well. We never know. Alright, this is an easy win. You love to see it. Yeah, sure. We're going to use the Salt Wyvern's effect. So this is a special summon. We're not going to activate Keeper of the Dragon Shine because I want to make it clear. So, oh, never mind. We've been chained. So this is a chain link. They activated their trap card after us, so they get to go first, which is why they've summoned the Behemoth. We're going to use a Salt Wyvern. We've tributed him after we've destroyed a card by battle, and we're going to summon Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'm going to go with this one because I like this one's art. But let me know below what you think of the art. This is something you haven't seen in Duel Links. So when you summon a key monster, so like Blue Eyes or something, you'll get a summon animation. There's the Red Eyes one. Super cool. Right, now we're going to continue to attack. So I'm going to attack this guy with Red Eyes. We're going to equip a card to Magna Slash. So what's this? This is Keeper of the Dragon Shrine. This card right here. When this card is in your hand or graveyard, it will face a dragon monster on the field, except Keeper of the Dragon Shrine, except to the graveyard by card effect. Or because it was drawn about, you can special summon this card. If that monster was sent to the graveyard as a normal monster, you can add a dragon monster. So that's because we destroyed. This is because we destroyed his twin-headed Behemoth. We don't care about that. I mean, we're about to win, and that's all that matters. That's not what matters. Playing and having fun's what matters, but you know, you get it. You know, I hope this was easy to understand. I think this deck is quite fun, quite easy. Let's get out of it so we can have a look at the deck profile, shall we? Yeah, this deck is quite fun. It's quite easy. It's quite loose as well, which is what's important. There's a lot of avenues to go down, but it ultimately funnels down the same route, which I do like. Ways this deck could be improved. Another red Insight wouldn't go amiss. Maybe another Claw of Hermos, but to be fair, 2's enough. There's a few cards that I could take out, like Red Eye's Archfiend of Lightning. But he's in here for fun. He's in here because he counts as a normal monster in the graveyard, which is important. A lot of these cards will summon normal monsters, not him specifically, but some of these cards will summon and target normal monsters, so he's useful because he's a Gemini. God, I hate Geminis. When I recorded this lesson last Friday, I recorded this lesson and I hated it because of Geminis. But I really like him in the deck, and you need to know what a Gemini card is eventually. You may as well see it here. But even with the Gemini, I hope that the summoning is easy and it makes sense. Next episode, we're going to focus specifically on fusion summoning. It was kind of a footnote in this. Special summoning was our main function, but there are decks specifically built around fusion summons. Let me get a couple up, shall we? So one of my favorites is Ojama, with their boss monster Ojama King. And he's a fusion monster that requires 3 cards. The one I'm probably going to end up showing you is Gem Knights. So that's these cards right here, and they have a litany of little gem friends. That's probably going to be the one I'm going to end up showing you tomorrow. And then a final deck, if you're interested in playing fusions, that I highly recommend, is Hero. There's multiple versions of Hero. Here's an elemental hero. Here's an evil hero. I want to see if I can just find it by just scrolling. There's a masked hero right there. There's a contrast hero. What? There's loads of different types of heroes. They all work okay together. Here's a Destiny hero. But they can form their own decks as well. And as you can see, there is a lot of variety. This is just the cards I own in this game. There are so many more hero cards that can fusion into so many more monsters, because a lot of them are very specific fusion materials. And it's very fun. I hope you take away how summoning works in this, how fusion summoning works, and how special summoning works. And I hope that you eventually forget what Gemini monster is, because I promise they are not this prevalent. It is complete accident that I have showed 2 cards that are Gemini cards. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about fusion summoning in the comments. Goodbye.